guys, I'm back with the doorman, or fuck. See, I'm so used to saying that. I'm back with a Mr. Nightmare video for you guys today. This one is going to be Office Horror Stories, I believe. 3 disturbing true Office Horror Stories by Mr. Nightmare. There's going to be a sponsor in the beginning of the video, so I'll probably just mute that and ignore that. I'm not going to edit it out, but I'm just probably going to mute it because I don't want to hear it. Like, I'll mute it on my end, and then you're not going to be able to hear it, so. Yeah. But, Office Horror Stories. Technically, I work in an office, but there's a camera in there, and I'm never there past 11 p.m. or earlier than 7 a.m. So I'm not there from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., but I have been there from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Nothing really creepy ever happens in there. Plus, you can easily close the one door, close the other door, and then you got 2 doors securing you. And then obviously there's a bunch of phones. You can obviously call anybody if needed. You can call other guards. You can call basically anybody. I'm safe in that room. So the story's probably not going to apply to me or make me nervous at all. But I do work in an office, so I guess I should probably say that in the security office. So 3 disturbing true Office Horror Stories by Mr. Nightmare. About 14 minutes, but probably about 1 minute for the sponsor. So yeah, this should be fun, and hopefully nothing too crazy happens, and hopefully everyone's okay and safe. Let's go, guys. This video is sponsored by. Oh, so it's already starting. Okay, cool. So there's no sponsor. Okay, cool. Story 1. This is gonna be good. I'm excited for this. Not gonna lie.
I work at a game development company in Orlando, Florida. It was a stressful couple of weeks for me, and I was really pressed for time before a game's deadline. So I had to stay at the office late almost every night that week. It was a rainy Wednesday night of that week. It was completely pitch black outside, with the occasional strike of lightning lighting up the place. And the sound of the rain pouring on my office window was helping me concentrate on my coding.
It's always a thunderstorm.
There was one other person in the office at this point, my coworker Chaz.
What time was it?
He was finishing up on his work as well. He was also pressed for time on a strict deadline. By now it was easily between 8 and 9 o'clock, and Chaz knocked on my office door before telling me he was heading out. He asked if I was okay locking up the place, and I told him of course. Then he was off on his merry way. I heard the front door of our company's office slam shut behind him, and with that, I was alone. Our entire office is in the shape of an L. The entrance is at one end, and my office is down the short line of the L, basically the corner office. I had to keep myself awake, as I was starting to doze off. So I went down the hall to the kitchen to heat up some coffee. Just a little bit, enough to keep me going for another hour. I leaned on the counter by the coffee maker, waiting for it to heat up, when I heard this. The sound of a door closing.
Oh, fuck.
I peeked my head out into the hall to look and see if anyone was there.
Bitch, I'm supposed to be alone.
I called out, yielding no replies. The door sounded like one of the smaller private office doors, not the heavier front door to the entire office. I left the kitchen to walk down the 2 halls, trying all the doors, which were locked. Then I got to my little hall, and all 3 doors in this hall were shut, including mine. I left that door open 1000%. There was no draft in here, as all the windows were closed. I felt like someone had to still be in the office pranking me.
That's fucking scary,
I opened my office door with force, expecting someone to be in there, jumping out at me. But no. My office was how I left it. The chair, my computer, everything. It was just a little odd to me that the door closed on its own, because it had never done that. But I moved past it and continued my work. The rain continued to hit the window, and the lightning continued to strike about once every minute, startling me a few times.
Make sure no one's actually in your office.
Some more time passed. It was now getting very late to still be in the office. I was content with the progress I made, so I saved all of my work and began closing down my computer.
What time is it at this point?
I clicked the shutdown button, then turned off the screen. The screen went black, and then I saw it. In the reflection of the computer screen, I saw behind myself a woman standing there. I don't know how I didn't jump or scream, but I felt my heart drop into my stomach. I didn't turn around. I just got up from my desk, calmly grabbed my bag, pretending not to have noticed, and walked to the door.
Oh my God.
I didn't look back to shut the door or anything. I walked down the hall until I thought I was far enough away. Then I booked it out the exit of the entire office. I then ran down the flight of stairs to the first floor, then out to my car in the rain. The whole time I was terrified I was being followed, or that she would grab me any second, whoever it was. Once I got in my car, I took a second to breathe. Then I looked up at the window to my office. The light was still on in there, and I'm quite sure I saw a small kink in the blinds, as if someone were on the other side looking down at me. I called one of my bosses, Miranda, at once, and she confirmed no one else should have been there. She said she'd call the night security guy and ask him to check the office. Luckily, I got to go the hell home. Later that night, Miranda called me and said the security guy was in the office but didn't see anyone. I told her what I saw one more time, and it freaked even her out. There's only one camera in our entire office, and it's at the end of the longer hall by the kitchen area.
Why?
The camera footage never caught any woman walking around the office that night.
It was a ghost. Bro, I told you to check. If the door closes, no one's in there, check the whole office, scan the whole thing, check the drawers, check everything. Fuck.
A long time ago, I did security work in an office building in Midtown Manhattan.
Oh.
It was mid-November, so one of the offices was looking to start decorating their office space with Christmas decorations, which were held in the basement along with other storage.
I love Christmas,
I usually stood in the lobby area of the building, just as general security. It was usually an uneventful job for the most part. But on this cold November Monday, my view of this job changed entirely. An employee of this dermatology office on one of the upper levels of the building apparently had gone down to the basement and had reported that all the lights were out and that the elevator wasn't running to the basement floor. This sounded like the electrician's job, until I was also told that there were multiple broken-in doors down there, implying a break-in over the weekend.
Oh shit.
That's when it became my job to go down there and investigate.
Like your
Since
security?
the elevator wasn't going down to that level, I would have to take the stairs down there. I was going down there alone since I was the only security guard on duty.
Okay, security guard, yes.
I took a flashlight with me down there since the power was out.
I'd be scared.
I'd be lying if I said this wasn't nerve-wracking going down there alone.
I'd be scared too.
On this level was just storage, electrical components, and janitorial equipment. It was a small maze of corridors with different rooms, and navigating this in the dark with nothing but a flashlight was making the hairs on my body stand up. There were different doors in the corridors, which would lead to different storage rooms for many of the different businesses that rented office spaces in the building.
Okay.
And the call turned out to be true. Many of these doors were bashed in. Some of them were so badly damaged that they looked like they were destroyed with an axe. This was more serious than I thought.
Should I call the police right now?
I was just a security guard. I didn't make enough money to go searching for potentially dangerous people in the basement
Call
without
the
a gun.
police. Call the police.
I looked into each room with broken down doors, but each room still seemed to be full with supplies. I couldn't find any trace of theft, but someone clearly came down here with a purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
I continued looking into the rooms, just peeking in for a second with my flashlight. Then I heard a slam elsewhere in the basement.
Fuck.
And suddenly everything went dead silent. The basement noises I was hearing before, from whatever they may have been coming from, a boiler, the pipes, whatever it was, stopped. And I was now in a dead silent basement where I could hear every last sound. Every footstep I took now sounded 10 times louder. Someone was in the basement still, evident by that slam. It may have been another door. It may have been whatever caused the noises to stop. Stupidly, I called out, "Anyone here?" and my voice echoed down the corridor.
That's so smart.
I continued slowly back the way I came. I wasn't staying down there another moment. This was a job for NYPD at this point.
Yeah, New York, yeah.
I was almost to the stairs when I heard this heavy breathing coming up from around the final corner. I instantly knew it to be heavy breathing. I was scared shitless.
I would literally cry.
Why was I put in this situation? I turned off my flashlight and tiptoed just a little closer to look around the corner, and weirdly the breathing stopped. I said one hello, then turned the flashlight back on.
Oh my god.
Even though the light wasn't aimed exactly in that direction, I still easily saw this extremely tall, hunched over figure facing the wall with some kind of long object that could have been a weapon in his hand.
Fuck, run.
I say his because there was no way a person this big and this stature could have been a woman. I also saw their face turn in reaction to the light. It was this pale, abnormally long face. I think they were bald. Another reason I say it was a man, but I didn't look too long. I ran past the figure to the stairs, screaming back at him that the cops are coming, you need to leave now. I ran all the way back up the stairs, through the basement door, then locked it and called 911. A bunch of NYPD cars came, and it was a big thing. At least 4 police officers went down there. I felt pretty useless, I have to say, but removing a dangerous, armed, giant human from the basement with the lights off was not in my job description.
Facts.
I was in the lobby when the officers came back, alone. They didn't have that person I saw with them. They couldn't find him.
What?
One of the building's electricians came to fix the electrical issues in the basement. It had something to do with the circuit box in the basement being tampered with.
Okay.
With the lights back on, police still couldn't find anyone down there. There are multiple stairways back upstairs from the basement, which he may have left through. Everyone believed what I saw, though. Those doors didn't smash themselves open. I took sick days the next few days.
Yep.
And every night for a week, I'd lay awake, constantly checking around my room in the dark. Scared I'd see some giant figure standing in one of the corners.
Honestly, I don't blame you. I really don't. Like, that's not in your job description. You have no weapons. Like, I don't have any weapons because I'm at a college. I have no weapons at all, so... I have keys. That's it.
I held my first job ever in 2002.
That's a beautiful
I worked
photo.
at a call center during the graveyard shift.
Oh, that's
The
great.
office was in Makati, and it was a new site.
That's beautiful.
The office layout was kind of in an elongated donut shape, with the donut hole being the elevator lobby / main doors, and the actual office space composed of 2 long hallways and 2 shorter ones. It was also a new site, so only half the office was finished, and the other half was still under renovation. So one long half of the donut was a fully operational production floor with managers' offices and a pantry, while the other long half was reserved for things like conference rooms, the nurse's office, storage, other admin stuff, restrooms, etc. And it was all unfinished. The conference room still had concrete floors, and wires were still sticking out from sockets and all that. While the production half was nice and bright and well lit, as any call center should be, the other half was only partially lit.
Great.
To make matters worse, the guards would turn off the lights completely on that side, since they figured nobody was using it anyway.
Figured nobody
As
was
a
there.
result, people didn't really hang out on that side of the office. And if you needed to use the restroom, you just kind of had to make a mad dash to and from it. 2 weeks into production, and my teammate, who was obviously very sickly to begin with, had a terrible migraine, and I suggested that she tell our team leader about it so that she could take a break.
Yeah.
TL then told her to go visit the nurse's office, located in the unfinished half of the office.
Great.
Something we figured out only because of the sign above the door that we see whenever we go to the restroom.
Like, it should be finished.
I
If
was
there's
to
like a nurse's
accompany
office, a
her.
washroom, it has to be
So
finished.
that's what we did. We walked to the nurse's office, but found that the door was locked and nobody was inside, even though the lights were on. The door was the type with one of those vertical window panels on it, so we peeked in to make sure nobody was in there. We saw all the medical equipment and a sick bed, a desk, basically everything you'd expect to find in there, except the nurse. Thinking maybe he or she just went on break, we decided we'll just come back later. After half an hour or so, we did go back, only to find that the light at the nurse's office was off. I remember us being pretty pissed off at the thought that maybe the shift nurse had gone home.
Yeah.
We checked the door anyway to see if maybe there would be a sign or note with the nurse's schedule or whatever. I don't know why I did it, but I tried the door handle despite being aware there was no light on, and I was able to open the door to find that there was no nurse's office, despite the sign above the door saying that that's where it was supposed to be. And yes, that was the only sign. We checked over and over to make sure it was the right room. We were sure it was the same room we visited earlier. But instead of a decked out clinic, we found a room with a small nightlight in an exposed socket that cast only enough light for us to see the walls and floors were concrete.
That is
There
so
were no
creepy.
finishes, no beds, no cabinets, nothing. It's like we dreamed up the clinic we saw earlier. A guard approached us at that point, asking what we were doing poking around in an unfinished clinic. So we told him what happened, and he of course thought we were making it up. While we were kind of trying to convince him that we weren't lying, we all suddenly stopped talking when we felt the temperature just drop. We shivered, our hair stood on end. My heart started racing.
What?
Nobody could speak for a minute. Finally, my teammate burst into hysterical tears, and the guard then nervously shooed us away and locked the door to the supposed nurse's office. We were escorted back to our team's bay, and we explained what happened to our team leader. He pretty much just sat there stunned as he listened to us. Since my teammate wouldn't stop crying and was starting to hyperventilate very badly,
Go
I
home.
had to send her to Makati Med. The
Oh.
incident was never brought up again. If you're a fan of horror, which I know you are,
Okay, so that's the sponsor in the end. Okay, cool. Honestly, a really good video by Mr. Eimer. I was going to say Damian again. A really good Mr. Eimer video. I definitely have to watch these more. Honestly, so having the stories fresh in my mind, I want to speak about them for a few minutes. So the first story, again, I don't know why he didn't look in the office. Like, look through the hole. Okay, you said it's an L, so let's just say it's like this. What the fuck? Let's just say it's like this. So here's the L, you know, like L, whatever. So his office is, this is the door, and then he says he's in the middle. So he's here, the door's here, right? So you just have to boot down the hallway to go basically out the exit door. So when you leave to make coffee, the door slams, every door is closed, even yours that was open before. You obviously know that was the one that closed. So you go in, you look, I told you, even in the drawers, I don't even care, look in the drawers, look in every little spot, every crevice. It's an office, it shouldn't take that long. It really shouldn't take that long, more than 2 minutes. It really shouldn't take one. Unless it's like a giant office. Like my office would take literally like 3 seconds to look at because there's literally no hiding spots. There's cabinets which a person can't fit in there, but I'd still look in there anyways. Look to make sure no one's there, and then safely go back to work. And even at that point, I wouldn't want to go back to work. I'd be like, you know what, I'm going to come back tomorrow morning when people are here too. I know I'm safe, it's daylight, there's daylight coming in. But if it's nighttime, it's like 10 o'clock p.m., no, I don't fuck with that shit. Like, yes, I'm in an office at 10 p.m. too, but the lights are on, there's people in school still. Well, 10 if you know, because we close at 10, but there's cleaners, there's other security guards. I'm not the only one, obviously, so yes, anyways. With that being said, you check to make sure someone's not there. If someone's there, bitch, I'm turning off the computer, I'm calling the police. If I gotta fight them, I'll fight them. I don't fight, but if they gotta fight, you gotta fight, right? And yeah, then you leave or you go back to work if no one's there. The fact that you turn off the screen and then you see a reflection behind you, fuck, I'd literally probably panic and cry, be like, oh my god, please. Like, I would literally, I'm scared to turn my screen off even though no one's behind me. I have a camera facing me, there's no one behind me. But the window's right there, so you never know what's waiting for me outside that window, right? So, kind of scared, but whatever, it's fine. I should be okay. That's the first story. So again, you should have checked every crevice to make sure no one's in there, and then you go back to work. So story number 2. Again, I'm a security guard as well, so I understand. I used to patrol, I used to go in these crevices at nighttime, 3 in the morning. I'd be going through stairwells and hallways. I do the same thing, but it's a school. Everything's like lit up basically, even at nighttime. Like there's still lights on, like automatic lights, whatever, or motion censored. Like you're always kind of like lit up, even if you're outside. You're still kind of pretty much safe. Like it's not really a dangerous area up there, so yeah, it's not that bad, right? So, but like just knowing that someone broke in, and let's say it's nighttime, and you literally go downstairs, even like it's dark, it's like everything turns off. There's a slam door, broken doors. Someone broke in. It's like this is a job for the police. Like, yeah, send a security guard down just to kind of like investigate the area, but don't just send one, my dude. Are you crazy? Send 2, 3, maybe a 4th just to make sure. 1 to search the area faster. Have a radio, have a cell phone on you so you can radio anything back down to the dispatcher, which I'm the dispatcher now on my security job. Like you should have a radio, you should have a phone, you should have something if you're a security guard to like radio back to someone to call somebody. You know what I mean? Like you can't just go alone. That's stupid. That was bad on their part for going alone. If there's no one else, that's fucked. Like, why would you have 1 guard for the whole building? No, that's just fucked up. Like what if there's like 2 emergencies? There's only 1 guard. Sorry, your medical is gonna have to wait. Like cardiac arrest. Sorry, I'm dealing with someone over here, so sorry, I can't respond to that right now. What? Plus 2 guards are supposed to respond to like an emergency, and that's, I would say, an emergency. At least 2 guards. But if it's a break-in, I would send more than that. I'd already be on the phone with the police. I'd be sending more, like multiple guards, just to make sure. Although we don't have weapons, the patrol guards have keys, so at least we'd be able to, like, I don't know, key them or something. I don't know. Whatever. That's number 2. So again, I don't know why he went alone. I don't know why he felt safe going alone. I would have cried and booked it. Like, no. Like, you don't know if they have weapons. They had an axe. Like, you're dead. Like, you have no weapons at all. You're a security guard. Like, you're not a cop. Even a cop, I'd be scared because someone can come behind you with a fucking axe, and then you're dead either way, even if you have a gun. Unless you can quickly, boom, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's fine. That's number 2. Number 3. What the fuck happened to number 3? I got this. 1 second. The stairwell to the base? No, that was something different. Give me a second. I already forgot. No, I'm not going to capture you guys. I already kind of forgot. And then once I listen to it, I'm going to say, oh yeah. I'm just fucking slow as fuck.
I ventilate very badly.
The office. Okay. At the nurse's office. The thing I don't understand is, like, why is the building open if 1/2 is ready and 1/2 is not? Especially if the nurse's office is in the unfinished section. Why would the TL, team leader, send you to an unfinished area of the building where it's not finished yet? It's still being renovated. That means it's not done yet. Why would you be sent to a washroom over there? There should be a washroom in, like, each hallway. Like, for us, it's a school, so obviously there's annoying washrooms. But, like, at the same time, if it's an office, like, if there's one, like, hallway, there should be at least 1 men's, 1 women's, and the other hallway, 1 men and 1, like, or at least 1 in the middle. So, like, two long hallways, in the middle, you know what I mean? Like, somewhere there that both hallways can use, for example, right? Or at least 1 in each hallway. But how are you sent to the washroom if it's not even finished yet? Like, if the site's not finished, why are you being sent over here? When the nurse's office isn't finished yet, when the washroom isn't finished yet, like, if that's done, okay, cool, but, like, I'm just kind of confused because like it's like they imagined the whole nurse's office being complete. The lights are on, the bed, the medical stuff, like it's all there except a nurse. You come back 30 minutes later and then it's literally just dark, it's like black, there's no lights, there's like one little light on, it's ground, it's concrete, and you're like, what the fuck? Like I'd be going apeshit if that was me. I'd be like, did I just dream this whole thing? Like what? You know, I'd be like trying to smack myself in the head, kind of like, am I dreaming? What's going on here, you know? Because I'd be scared, not gonna cap. I'd be fucking terrified. That was actually a pretty good in-depth thing for me to say for this Mr. Nightmare video. That's good. Good job, Damian. Good thoughts, in my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of every story. I know you guys don't really say much to my Mr. Nightmare videos. Please, like, say number one, say your thoughts, say what you would have done, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like connect with me. I want to know what you guys think and what you guys would have done in these 3 situations. Again, I'm a security guard too, so like I can literally not relate to this, but like, plus there's like multiple guards being sent down to most things, so it's like, you're usually fine, you're probably fine, you know? So yeah, like, it's 1 a.m. right now, and I know at my college there's someone patrolling right now somewhere, and they're hopefully okay. But yeah, with that being said, that's the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy it, be sure to give it a like, be sure to comment down below what you guys thought of this video, and be sure to subscribe to Mr. Nightmare and myself, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any videos that they upload, and my reactions to him being uploaded, so make sure to stay tuned for all that. I'll try to do more horror stories, more animated horror stories, more suggestions. I will try, but no promises, because again, I get really tired, and I get even really tired just to do DAR videos, so if I can't even do DAR videos, you know I'm not going to do any other kind of videos. I'm just doing nothing this weekend, really, except going to the gym and stuff like that, so I might as well do some videos for you guys, since it's been like all Darman, which I'm not sick of it, but like I want to give other stuff to you guys too, because I know some people like horror stories more than Darman, or don't like Darman at all, and want to see this content, so I'm trying to give you both, right? But yeah, thank you guys for being patient with me and all that, and if you guys are here till the end, 22 minutes in, thank you guys so much. Let me know how many fingers I'm holding up, just so I can see how many of you guys are watching till the end, and no one tells me, so that means no one's watching till the end, which is freaking depressing, so I'm talking to nobody right now. But in case somebody's watching, then I'm holding up this many fingers. Comment that down below if you're still here at this point. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Deuces, peace, and good night.